Welcome back everyone to Pinetopia, and I think I finally found a cave spider spawner, and I think it's time for me to get some milk. Hang on there, I just remembered something. The honey that I've been carrying around is, of course, able to remove poison. That's right, honey removes poison. And so I do not, let's see, oh, crazy bats. Actually, that's a regular spider. Alright, yes, honey removes poison. Therefore, I won't need milk in order to do it, so I brought out the honey bottles. And let's secure the area from other types of random spawns. Then I could worry about that spawner. So that let's see, there you go. Oh boy. Alright, we'll take care of that for now. Now let's go to the suspected location of, oh, actually, got to check this thing out. Oh. Ooh, a diamond! Can't resist the diamond. And we'll take the coal. Lapis. I'll grab the lapis later since I can't do too much with that until I get some obsidian. Cave spiders all over the place. Oh, no, 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 I forgot my weapon! Ah. No, 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 I'm already... Poison's already ended. Don't throw away your weapon. Duh! The bow that I have is an infinity bow that I pulled. Oh, there's the spawner right there. Is an infinity bow that I pulled out. Is that a double spawner or a single spawner? Well, in any case, it's most definitely of the spawning variety. I just need to try to disable that by lighting it up a little bit. So what's in here? Redstone! Yes! I've been wanting to get some of that stuff. All right. I'm not gonna worry about the beetroots yet. I'll have to come down. I have to come down here later in order to deal with the spawner and do whatever I do. But I think I found the location for my dungeon. And that should at least reduce the number of spawns we get. I don't think I've covered everything up, but I found my first spawner, and it is unfortunately the most dangerous type of all. Well, okay, maybe silverfish is worse because you can't do anything with the silverfish spawner, but except get hurt by it. I think this is now under control. I haven't been attacked by another cave spider. So that must be the only one in the area, and I got everything lit. So I'll just have to think exactly how I'll fit this into my dungeon. But now I know exactly where my cave spider spawner is, and I'm going to carve out a little path there so I could find this place easily because you know me, I will get lost in an instant if I attempted to do this from memory or anything like that. In fact, that means I might have a little problem trying to get back home. Somehow I got back in one piece. I'll see what's out here. So that's as usual, a little bit on the full side. Still a baby bee around. How long do they stay baby bees? Maybe I should give it some flowers to encourage it to grow. I don't remember the exact reason I was so anxious to get some redstone, but I suspect one of the reasons was to get a clock. No, that's not for a clock, that's for a compass. For a clock, so that I could tell what time it is while I'm deep underground. I know Cub Fan voted it as one of his most useless items in the game. I disagree with that because, at least in the early parts before I had the secret way here, the only way for me to get to the mining area, of course, was to go outside. It'd be nice to know in advance whether or not it was light or day. I think what I need to do now is to create a little path here in a much better looking path than this. And this is what's going to turn into our dungeon. Is I'm going to start creating a dungeon, see what's going to be our first level dungeon or second level dungeon or whatever. And I'm going to use the mine shaft as the actually first level of the dungeon is getting all the way down here and all this stuff. We call the second level of the dungeon where we get into the mine shaft area. I went the wrong way, didn't I? Where we go into the mine shaft area. So that could be our second level of our dungeon. Sort of one of those dungeons that really doesn't pigeonhole neatly into first or second level. And the idea there is so that I can create something to help me to indicate and not get lost where it is. Because as you can see here, that even though I made these little cobble markers to tell me where everything is, I still managed to get lost over there. And I need to reduce that possibility as I'm going on in here. Which way is that way? And sometimes I can't even tell. It's a little bit non-obvious as to which are the routes. I blocked off a couple of the routes because of the non-obvious nature of everything in there. And there you go. I think this is it. Good. This is to see if I could come down after a little while. I did some fishing and all that stuff so that I can exactly where it might be a good idea if I also bring I obviously made a wrong turn at Albuquerque there. Oh, yes. That's right. I have this little stairway I built there. See, I don't remember everything that was going on in there. So I should really put a couple of little lights there to attract my attention to it. As I said, I'll need a more non-obvious method in order to tell where everything is. Oh, and I can now finally collect the stuff that I couldn't get in because I had overburdened bags before. All right, there you go. And here is our little area. I'm going to turn this into a little bit of a shrine to the cave spider, since we know that these people worship arthropods. So we could have a shrine to the cave spider here, and I could find someplace else to be a shrine to the bees. See, I didn't go through a dirt area, did I? Because there is another branch which you can take, which is going to take you through a dirt area. In fact, originally, my path took you through one. Ah, yes. And perhaps I can convert this area right here, which I put the cobble there as an old. Oh, here's the room I want. Look at this. I could turn this into a little bit of a flower area and put some beehives in here and make this the shrine to the bees. And so these could be the two major divisions of our little dungeon here. Yeah. And that's what we're going to be eventually going to. And actually, this is a oh, and look at this. This just gives us one quick way into our bee room. And then up this way eventually leads us to our other room. Yes. Before we do any of this, we are going to be needing Silk Touch. I'll need Silk Touch in order to get any grass down here. I don't think there's any way to get a grass block except by putting it near another grass block. And the only two ways I can get a grass block is either for an Enderman to pick one up and for me to kill the Enderman and then have the Enderman drop it. I've actually done that before in a Mage Rage. And the other way to do it, of course, is with the Silk Touch pick. That means getting enchantment, which means getting more diamonds. I've got one so far, but I also need obsidians. Now, if I could find a chest with obsidian, that would be great, but more likely I'll just have to dig, dig, dig. Thus, this whole thing with the dungeon all is a long-term plan. Obviously not the short-term item in here. And I want to think what else. Oh, I know I need to do short-term. I need to get the temple built that's in the village. I can do that short-term because I don't think I'll need anything special for that. Well, I might need some bees for that. Though I could just have statues of bees in there since it is a agricultural temple ostensibly anyway. So I don't necessarily need a beehive inside, but one outside would just really be great. And oh, and I can at least start building. The other thing I need to do, of course, is to get the paths that are going to lead down here, because that could be done short term. And finally, the project. Oh, yes, getting my farm started. In fact, that should be my main thing to do, is to get my farm started, which means I should take these beetroot seeds, because they could help in farming a little bit. I don't need that. Do I need any of these rails? I'm going to take some just in case I could find a use for them. Activator, activator. Yeah, if there are power rails, I would take them, but activator rails, they could wait till later. I've thought of a little idea, at least for guides to the locations, is I can use these railroad tracks. I took some from the chest earlier. I thought, well, maybe I could use the railroad tracks as a way to tell me where to go. So that could be a path. Now, unfortunately, I don't have much in the way of rails yet, but that could be what I'll do for this. I could put this here. Good. And as I'm going towards the nest, the torches will be on the right side. So I'll use that as the path to the spider nest. And now, an interesting thing is they did change the rails so that they will be in the direction you're facing instead of in one specific direction. I really wish I could have used that back when I was doing that railroad challenge, because that was one of the frustrations of the whole thing, was how rails acted back in those days. Well, at least the curves work. I guess you just place them down there and the curves work naturally. That's good to know. See, I'm going away now, so I need to put it onto the left side. That's the rule, is that if it's on your right side, it means you are going towards the bee net, the spider nest. Otherwise, be on the other side. Now, I think now this is where. No, that's the wrong one. That's the reason why I need to do this. Is because otherwise I get. Oh yes. Keep going, forgetting which side it is on. All right. And here we go. Right here. So I get up here, I see, here are rails. And we got a torch on the right side. This means this way to the spider nest. And right here we have the way to the bee's nest, and all is fine. All right, good. And I already have a nice and convenient set of rails that are leading to here. Oh, how nice of you to already put that into place so I don't have to put in any new ones. Good. Well, except for a couple like that. And I'm hoping that'll be obvious enough. Or at least obvious enough for those in the know. It doesn't have to be obvious enough for any pesky adventurers that might decide to come in here and crash the party, right? Right. And put this here. Okay, good. And finally, this one here. Obviously, I want to get rid of those because we're not trying to lead them into the loft. We are trying to lead them into the... Oh, well. Yeah. There appears to be one more unexplored area right over there that have... Well, I thought it was going to take me a long time to open a way to there, and oh, voila, it is already present. Now, if I could only find some torches. I need more anyway in order to... There you go. One more stack of the... Oh, right at... Oh, boy, I couldn't have been luckier on that placement. Nothing impressive. Oh, but I will take this. Yeah. I'm already using up room for these things, so why not? I was exploring a side branch, went down all the way down to 13, finding all sorts of stuff down here, and was giving up full inventory. And of course you see this when you have a full inventory, right? Well, I'll just have to decide what to ditch because obviously I want to keep the diamond. What is the least useful item in here? Probably the string, since I've got plenty of other sources of string at the moment. 1 diamond. I can't make a pickaxe with 1 diamond! Really? Really? I'm back upstairs and I did some more fishing. And during that time, I finally fished up a saddle, which means that I can find a horse. Now, is there a promising looking horse around here? Now we have this one right over here. In fact, it's the only horse I see in the area. Well, then I think that's going to make my choice very, very easy. If that's the... Oh, no, there's another one right here. I'll go with this one for now, see how it works. Okay, actually, need to... Maybe I should bring an apple or 3. Hello? Because this is, of course, the thing. Hello? Would you like to be friends? Maybe I need to bring a little something to feed the horse to help improve my odds. I have some... Oh my! I didn't know about this place. Another place to explore. Wonderful, full of creepers and all sorts of stuff like that. Just what I always wanted. Well, I better make sure Mr. Creepy doesn't come and interrupt my session with the horse. Howdy! Whoopsie daisy. That was bad. Hey, I'm supposed to use the axe, not the torch. All right, good. Now let's light this place up and... All right, not going to worry about the chicken. except to pick up the egg that he dropped. I guess she, if it's dropped an egg. And this way. Apparently I went this way in the past. Oh, yeah. Forgot a little detail at one point, apparently. Now, back to the horse. And I brought some sugar this time, just to maybe speed things along a little bit. Hello? Perhaps that'll help your temper a little bit. Apparently not. Yeah? Maybe? Yay! Ooh, pretty good health on this horse. Let's get a saddle here. I don't have any barding yet, but we could get that eventually. And let's head back to my base, assuming I can... Ah, there we are. We're nice and close. And I will need a lead. Now, I managed to fish... I don't think I fished up a lead yet. Well, at some point, I put a fence here in anticipation of having a lead, but obviously I don't have one, so... I'll probably need a few more fences in order to keep my horse from wandering away. And let's see, make sure I don't have a lead in here. No leads and no slime balls. Well, I'm going to have to explore and look for that at some point. Meanwhile, I'll probably enclose the horse. But I think that's it for today's episode. I think we made some nice progress. We found our cave spider spawner, so we now know that this will definitely be our dungeon. And in fact, I think this little beekeeper's area could be a front that we have here. This area here looks all like a normal beekeeper's home and all that fun stuff, but secretly there's this tunnel that leads down into the cult's dungeon lair, and that's where the cult has all their worshiping activities and the like. I think that will work. Of course, there's one more thing I need to do, and that is to name our horse. And I was thinking Arthur. You say Arthur? Well, now while Arthur technically means bear, I was thinking a little linguistic pun here in that it also sounds close in sound to arthro, as an arthropod. So I thought a little play on that. Where did this horse go? Amazing how fast they get lost. All right. Oh, there you are. I'm obviously going to have to find a nice place to pen the horse for now until I can using the house in order to help this with. But I am going to have to make a few extra of these fences. But for now, what's important here is I now have a name for my horse. It might even be the first time I ever named a horse in this game. Hello, Arthur. And let us head to our new home. And that's it for this time's episode. And next time, I'll think about what we want to do next time. Most likely, finally get some crops growing. We'll return for our next episode of Piney Plays Minecraft Pinetopia.